All Saints Crafts. This one is a lovely, beautiful egg to do. Well, I'm doing it with an egg, but you can do it with lots of other shapes. It can be done easily and simply for children, and it can get more in detail for the older the child or indeed the adult. I'm just going to alter my screen. Here's one I made earlier. Basically, all we're doing is getting the outline of an egg. I said I sent in the template there, but it's quite easy to make your own egg. I got a egg top, there we go, and I'm drawing circles around it. You can use any top. The smaller the top though, the more work you're giving yourself, so think of that. I'm doing an egg, a circle here. I'm putting this towards the line and go around it. And then another one here. They'll kind of overlap, but that's part of its charm. We've gone around. I got 5 different pens. Pastels are often the best for Easter, but feel free to experiment. It can be as many colors as you like. All right, you can see here we've got lots of different circles all overlapping. Some I made earlier, I've colored in here to give you an idea. But let's have a go. Let's do it together. So here, try and keep them slightly apart. If you go around the edges first and then color in, it comes out a bit nicer. So if you want to keep within the lines, well and good. It's really good for actually children which are learning to write, because it keeps them to some kind of precision. All the way around. But if they're younger, just go with the flow. You could also do this with paints. It doesn't have to be done with pens, so we can go crayons, any colourful thing. Could even wet your fingertips and dab it on, or with a brush. I've kind of kept a lot of green going around, but that doesn't have to be the case. Around there. Doesn't have to be perfectly within the lines. I said this can be a children's version, or you can go into it in more depth if you wanted to. Really is a nice thing to do, all these lovely bright colours. Feels like the beginning of spring. It's really nice to see the daffodils outside at the moment as well. I think things are getting brighter and better. Okay. Right, use that for that. If you're sometimes not sure what to do in that bit, do the rest and it kind of begins to fall into place. Got my pink here. I'm going to pour that little bit in. A little bit of pink there. Yeah, that's what I want to do with pink at the moment. That one's quite a bright pink. All right, bit of purple. So if you go around the outsides first and then fill it in, tends to be better. On the other side, you can see I've gone around it with a black pen, but it actually looks very nice without that. Looks a little bit more natural. You can do a pattern with the colours or not. I kept purple around the outside here. Just follow it on a little bit. You can actually put buttons or glitter in these sections as well. Look really nice, glued in there. Now a bit of blue. This one's a bit brighter. Brings a little bit more oomph to it. You can actually even just do loads of squiggles overlapping each other and fill in that as well.
I suppose you could use different patterns instead of doing just filling them in completely. You could do stripes or something as well. Or...
Absolutely. As long as they overlap a little bit, you could do any shapes. It's quite nice to do circles though, and like on the, it could just be on the A4 itself. But any kind of lid is really easy to go around. But you're right, it could be squares or anything like that. There's a similar one my daughter did at school, and they actually made it look like a jigsaw puzzle. They got the kind of shape of like a, it wasn't, I won't say, it was kind of like almost like this shape in a corner, and they just kept filling it in on the corners and working their way in, and it came out really, really beautiful. What should we put now? A bit more green in here. We're nearly done. You can see the difference between this one and that one. Now this is more delicate. Normally, you would do the black if you were going to put it at the very end, but for demonstration purposes, I did it before. Oh, the agony of choice, 2 little pieces left. I'll go for purple in there. Oh, I've done every bit around there. I think I'm going to go back to the pink. All right, there we go. So it's more natural, more tranquil. This one, just follow it around the edges. There you go. With this, put those in. Don't have to draw them in circles. If you should go wrong, which I did many times in this, and the lines don't look right, you can just kind of go over it a bit, kind of like that, and just straighten the line a little bit. It is a really lovely therapeutic thing to do. Oh, I missed there, you see? A little bit up here. Do that little bit left. Okay, and then we have our beautiful Easter egg, which could be at the front of a card, or you can cut it out and put in a card, or you could even loop something onto it and have it as a decoration, or even make a few of them and attach them to some string or thread and have them as a little banner around the house. Thank you for joining us. Take care.